Hey, fellow architects, it's me, Mario, and today we're going to talk about apprentices. Now, I would like to start a series where I'm gonna talk about all the apprentices in detail. It's going to be a 13 installment series, which is an unlucky number, so I decided to make a 14th video, which is going to introduce them all to talk a bit about math stuff in Architects of the West Kingdom. So if you're not interested in math, just skip this video and go watch the single videos about each apprentice. You're going to enjoy them more because this one is just talking about math and how convenient it is to hire an apprentice or how inconvenient it can be. Now, if you've already watched my video, you will know that I don't think that Architects of the West Kingdom is an engine building game for many reasons. And if you haven't watched it already, go watch it. And part of the reason is how costly those apprentices are compared to the length of the game. I've been monitoring closely my own games and the games of the best players of Architects of the West Kingdom on BGA, and the average length of a game is a bit below 30 turns. Most games fall into the 25-35 turns, but most of them hover around 30, maybe even a bit less than 30 turns. And in 30 turns, you don't have time to actually make your economy explode. So that's why this game is not really an engine building game. But let's dive deep dive a bit into apprentices in particular. So to gain an apprentice, you need 4 coins, unless you're low on reputation, but I'm not gonna focus on that now. You're going to need coins and 1 action, so 2 things are necessary. I mean, the first one, you're just going to get it for free at the beginning of the game, and that's pretty good because the only opportunity cost in that case is just not getting another apprentice. But in the game, you're actively choosing to use 1 action and 4 coins to hire an apprentice. And at that point, we can talk about opportunity cost. So now we've determined the opportunity cost. 1 action, 4 coins. Let's keep talking about the value of an action. Now, the value of an action in architects is not always easy to determine, but for some actions, it's actually easier. Um, 1 action can be compared to 2 stone or to 2 wood or to 3 clays most of the time, because most of the time you're going to be able to place 3 guys on a single space, sometimes even 4. I mean, sometimes even 5, but the average should be around 3 or 4. And the average value is 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided 3. So that's 2 stone and 2 wood or 3 clays. Maybe even a bit more, something like 2.5 or something like that. Also, we know the coin value of an action. For the same reason, if you place 3 guys here, you're going to get 9 coins. So the value can be said as 3 coins. So let's be generous and say that hiring an apprentice will cost you in total 2 actions, one for the hire and one to get 4 coins, even though that's a bit different. I mean, you need a bit more than 1 action probably to gain 4 coins, but an action is also worth a bit more than 3 coins, so it's maybe a wash. And you'll see that many of the apprentices are not actually able to exceed their opportunity cost. So the return of investment, which is another concept that I think most of you are familiar with if you're like experienced, seasoned Euro players, the return of investment of most of the apprentices, I'm not saying about all of them, I'm looking at you, Squire. Squire is very good. Is on average the same as the opportunity cost. Is rarely better, and sometimes is most of the time worse. So less than the opportunity cost. So this means that you can actually play a game of architects without hiring um, any apprentice if you can find buildings that you can afford, because once again, I said it in my main video and I'm still of this opinion. The most important thing of an apprentice, in my opinion, is the icon in the top left corner. That icon is necessary to build buildings. So in most of my games, I find myself hiring 3 apprentices. with 3 different icons. Of course, there are exceptions. Let's take a look at my game here. I have already hired 4 guys. I built some kind of engine. It's not really an engine, but it's something that changes my incentives, and hopefully it's gonna work. It doesn't a lot of time, but it's still fun to play that way. But yeah, the most important thing is the icon in the top left corner, in my opinion. So let's recap, because I'm gonna make real quick videos, because this time I really want to finish my series. I started a lot of series in the years. One very long one is about the Lost Ruins of Arnak, which I've never finished, about artifacts and items. Another one is about Great Western Trail buildings. I'll be finishing that hopefully at some point. But with this one, I really want to get them all in a row, so I will try to make them fast. So this video is already coming to a conclusion, and my conclusion is each one of the apprentices other than the first one has an opportunity cost of basically 2 actions. The return of investment of most of the apprentices is just about the value of 2 actions. Sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less, sometimes a lot less, and sometimes a lot more. So hiring them is not always a good idea, but it's a necessary evil in some way, because you're going to need the icons. So the good thing, and actually the very good thing, and the thing that I like the most in architects, is that you need these icons, so you are going to get the apprentices, and to not waste the 2 actions that you invest on an apprentice just for the icon, you need to shift your whole game to follow what that apprentice is telling you to do. Like with a miner, I will try to go to the mines a lot of the time to try to recover the hidden cost that it has. So that's it. Apprentices are good, are part of the game. Just remember that they are not like crazy good. Don't go crazy and hire 5 of them. Sometimes it can work, but it's pretty rare in my opinion. In 30 turns games, it's actually not easy to get a good return of investment. That's not to say that they are bad. That's just to put things in perspective, you know? Alright, so see you with the next video, where I'm going to talk about squires, I think. See you guys. Bye bye. Myers out.